you a question. If you were to go on vacation and take a tour and you hired a tour guide, would you do your own thing, go your own places, make your own decisions the whole time? Doesn't make sense. And if you did, why in the world would you waste money on a tour guide? It's the same thing when you see a counselor, a coach, a therapist, any mental health professional. Why in the world, if you have marital issues, infidelity challenges, communication struggles, would you not take the tips and techniques and the recommendations that were given after the session's over? I tell my clients this all the time. I'm very frank. Why are you wasting money? Why are you throwing money at me and wasting it if all you're going to do is say yes, yes, yes throughout the session, and then next session when I say, did you do this and did you do this and did you do my recommendations? Well, no, well, no, well, no. And this is the reason why. Excuse, rationalization, justification, excuse. Hey, I mean, it's your money, it's your time, but like, why? If I'm telling you, if any mental health professional is telling you, if anyone is recommending some tips and techniques on communication, on what to do as far as reframing your thinking, on how to work on forgiveness, on how to give internal peace, on how to do whatever, and you're not applying it after the session, what good is the session itself? So you can check off a box, so you can think that you're in some type of marital coaching or counseling. You have to do your due diligence. I always say coaching, counseling, therapy, whatever, it's almost like taking a college class, a university class. 10% of what you're going to learn is in the class. 90% is studying the notes afterwards. And it's the same thing with coaching, counseling, or whoever you're talking to. 10% is what you get in the session. 90% it's going to be effective when you apply it afterwards. So if I'm recommending tips and techniques on communication, on how to self-forgive, on how to regulate yourself, regulate others, you name it, and you're not doing it, and then you're coming to the session next week and telling me all these problems, and I say, did you do this? No. Did you do that? No. Did you do that? Why in the world would you spend money on a tour guide and then go your own way? So whether it's me, the man in the moon, somebody else you're talking to, apply the techniques. You have made the decisions you made, which landed you where your marriage is, where your relationship is, where your life is. Now try and follow the recommendations and the tips of a professional. I understand it's going against the grain. I understand it's not familiar and you want to do what's familiar. And what's familiar is your default. However, that's not always healthy. So do not go on a trip, a vacation, a getaway, hire a tour guide, and then say, nah, I think I'm going to do my own thing. Why bother?